Holy shit.
I-
Holy God. Guys, we did it. Oh my goodness.
We
It
did it.
happened.
We
Oh
did
my
it.
goodness. Oh my goodness. I
We did
cannot
it.
stop. I'm pacing all over my house.
Cardiac arrest.
It's
Taylor's.
Go!
dude,
Go!
John, I said I can only do this one time a week. I only have enough for once a week.
I can't. We have to set the stage. Craziness
Oh,
happening.
there is
First
no
of all,
stage, John. The
shout
entire
out
state of
for-
Virginia is watching
we
this.
got Matt Roan. It
Oh my God.
probably they need an AED
Oh my
in
God.
the Roan household. I think I've gotten 12 phone calls since we started this live stream.
Holy shit. My phone is blowing up.
There's
What is
no
happening?
journalistic integrity to
How's
this
my
show
crown?
right now.
How's my crown? We good?
Dude,
Yeah.
Taylor, you're the most handsome man in the world right now.
Where'd Michael go? Did we lose him?
Oh, no, I'm here. I was trying to answer text messages, but I'm just doing it. We're doing it live.
I'm
So
putting
for
the
those who
phone
don't
away.
know,
I'm putting the
Michael
phone.
and I
I'll
have been
answer
on a
text messages
FaceTime.
later.
John and I have been on
FaceTime call
FaceTime for like the last
with like
hour
a
and a half.
3-second delay for most of it. On totally different time frames in terms of the game. We're getting text
Holy.
messages from active members of the coaching staff, which shout out Drew Kanan, by the way, dialed in with our strength and conditioning coach watching this game.
Oh my God.
Man.
Manny Diaz's hair has never looked better.
In a night where the Kirk Signetti JMU Midwest win the Big Ten championship, Taylor, you're usually somebody for us that can effectively set the stage for the magnitude of this moment. What's going through your mind, especially in the context of take you back to pre-2004? Why are we doing this? Why do we care? And the JMU Dukes are going to go to the college football playoffs before the Virginia Tech Hokies, before the UVA Cavaliers. It's truly in what has been a magical run for an athletic department since 2004. For you, where does this rank? Because it's not a victory on the field, but it is such a culmination of the investment that so many have made. The belief in what this program could be. I'm honestly on the verge of like it's incredibly emotional. And I have to grab something. Hold on.
This
I
is
just
unbelievable.
can't help myself but pull this off.
Yes,
the
right
shelf.
there. Right
Because
there.
if for anybody who hasn't read this book, there's so much in here that established the foundation to get to this point. This doesn't happen. Yes. Did we need some luck? Did we need some incredibly heroic performances by our friends down in North Carolina at Duke? Shout out Duke. But to put ourselves in this place, the players, what they did this week, what they did all year, the coaching staffs with all the distractions, all of what could have gone wrong this week went right. And for me, that's just a testament to what this university is all about. When people continually tell us, damn, you're going to peak.
John, let the man talk. Let the
crest.
man talk. Taylor,
First of
take us
all,
home.
I haven't read that book behind me since it came out. I think I'm going to do it again. I think I'm going to start tomorrow, and my goal will be to finish it again before our next game.
And just, Jimmy is texting me right now. Jimmy hasn't watched a college football game all season, and he was dialed in watching tonight. That's got to tell you something.
You asked what's going through my head, and there's 10 different tangents I could go down. The one I'm going to start off with first is just the amount of obstacles and hurdles that we have overcome in the last 4 years. First of all, go back, it's COVID, the world's kind of upside down. And all of a sudden, here's this ray of light that conferences may be realigning. There may be an opportunity once again for realignment to happen, and that could lead a pathway open for FBS. And that was something that I think a lot of JMU fans still weren't positive would ever happen. But it happens. And we find out that not only is it happening, but we're going into a conference with our buddies App State, Marshall, Old Dominion, Coastal Carolina. I mean, it's almost like that dream scenario. And so we thought, look, this is Everything else after this is icing on the cake. We're in the FBS. We're in a regional conference. Whatever happens from here, we might not have a winning record for a few years, but whatever happens from here on out, I'm good. Year one, 8-4. 8-4, top 25 ranks. We knock off that App State game. We become relevant in college football and FBS in year one. And we were the kings of the East, but we stomached not being in the conference championship. We stomached not going to a bowl because we knew that everyone had this transition period, and that was okay. And we also knew that we went with the first team to ever go with a full FBS schedule, right? Am I right? You following with me? But we knew that there was hope in year two. If we could somehow pull off another 8-4 record, or maybe even go 9-3, we have a shot to do something in year two because we've already played that full FBS schedule. In year two, we start the year off 40 years. 40 years UVA hadn't played us.
40 years.
We go up big. They come back. But what happens? The storm. John, you remember me in the stands. The storm.
And we thought that was the peak.
Comes back. We knocked off the flagship school, which leads en route to an 11-1 season. College Game Day comes back for the third time. Everyone always told us, well, College Game Day only came to you twice because they always do that one little small school. Well, now we're in FBS. Now we're relevant. Now we're in the top 25 again. But then what happens? The NCAA screws us. We don't get to go to we don't get to go to the NY6 Bowl. We don't get to go to the conference championship. And we lose our coach, and everyone's saying, hey, JMU, I hope you enjoyed your 15 minutes of fame. Why? Because that coach that you had, it's 1 in a million, which it is 1 in a million after what he saw we did tonight. We're talking about the Dukes tonight. We're talking about the Dukes. And they said, I hope you enjoyed. All the Marshall and App State fans go, you'll be humbled. You'll be humbled. Well, Coach Chesney comes in here. Everyone was barbed wire and duct tape. Am I right? You guys, it's going to be a rebuilding. Now you're going to get some humble pie. What do? We go and set a 136-year record in Chapel Hill, put up 70 points against the Tar Heels. 70 points. We go 4-0 in the out of conference. The only tough part was the Sun Belt. The Sun Belt that everyone tells me is not a real conference. But you know what? That's okay. We go 8-4. We go to a bowl game. And not with our starting quarterback because he just tore his ACL. And what do? We take J.C. Evans, freshman of the year, player of the year, and Billy Atkins, one of the greatest Dukes to ever play at JMU. We go down there and we beat the runner-up for Conference USA. We go 9-4, bring home the Boca Raton Bowl. We win our first bowl game. Now we're going into this year. All right. Does Chesney have what it takes? Is there any way he comes close to Signetti? Well, daggone it. We're 12-1. We have a Sun Belt Championship trophy. A year to the day that our quarterback had a surgery that requires 9 to 12 months of recovery. A year to the day, he's holding up a championship trophy for the Sun Belt. And then we sit and wait. We say, now we got to wait. We got 24 hours. There's a game coming. And let's be honest, UVA, I know they weren't a heavy spread favorite, but they were a heavy favorite. This is their year. Hey, second time in over 100 years that UVA's had a 10-win season. This is their year. Someone from the Commonwealth is going to the playoffs. And then Duke gets that 10-point lead late, right? All they got to do is run the clock out. One of the smartest schools in the country. Run the damn clock out. You go out of bounds.
Run the ball.
That's okay. They're 96 yards away from the end zone. That's okay. They're 96 yards away from the end zone. No way they go down, score, overtime. But what? Duke says, hey, guys, we're going to apologize for that out of bounds. We got this. They go down. They don't throw the ball. They just run it down their throat. Those wine-eating, drinking, brie cheese, bow tie wearing, khaki pant, blue blazer, who's in Charlottesville? They never had a chance.
Go ahead, Taylor. Go ahead.
They never had a chance. And then they knock the quarterback for a cheap shot at the end. They back him up to the 40. But that's okay. They still have a shot. First play, they do the most UVA thing I've ever seen in my life. They throw it to the Duke. The Duke wins. The Dukes are in. I'm in a Duke dog costume. We're podcasting at midnight. It's a good day to be a Duke. I'm done.
Oh my God,
wow.
Taylor, I love you, man. I was gonna say no one can do a 5-year history in 30 seconds like you can. But I'm tired of looking in the past. Can we just talk about where we are right now, this very second? John and I had 3 or 4 mini strokes in the last hour and a half. Taylor sends a video of him sliding down a mountain with a JMU flag. Afton and Barry have their shirts off in their house.
That
Hopefully,
happens
after
to be a
joins.
great video, by the way. It's
Where is he? Where
spectacular
is
stuff.
he?
Happened at the Satamont house.
Last I heard, Matt Roan has not taken a breath in the last 3.5 hours.
Just to be clear,
Oh my God.
Matt Roan was texting. There is no proof of life at this moment for Matt Roan.
Yes.
So if Matt Roan's watching, we need at least a text message, a tweet, something as a proof of life.
My wife and my mother-in-law are upstairs sleeping, so I might be in trouble tomorrow morning.
I did run to be a courteous, to be a nice husband. I ran upstairs when it looked like it was. I said, "Hey, you're about to hear some stuff. Just don't ask questions. That's a tomorrow thing. We'll deal with that tomorrow." Kids seem confused though. But no, but again, there's going to be so much conversation over the next couple of days. Who we're playing, where we're playing, how do we all get out there?
Those are all good problems to have. Those are all good problems to have.
No, I get that. But what I'm getting at is what's remarkable is not only the amount of JMU people that are texting. This is the thing now that will once again thrust JMU into, there is not a sports podcast, a sports talk radio show, a newspaper, Twitter feed, you name it, that will not be talking about JMU. And let's be honest, there'll be plenty of people saying, this is ridiculous. You shouldn't let them in. We should blow up the whole system. The SEC is going to literally lose their minds. You're going to have ACC conference officials probably trying to change the rules in real time. These universities have Supreme Court justices, for the God's name. They'll probably change the law. Attorney generals involved, and you can't stop the Dukes. You just can't stop them.
Rule changing, right?
Yeah.
Playoffs, they lay out the playoffs, 6 spots for conference champions. Pac-12 folds. And it's like, oh, the G5's like, great, we're going to get 2 spots. They said, no. Not 6, 5 spots. But we're going to give the top 4 conference champs a first-round bye. Okay, well, first year of the playoffs. They're like, all right, we're going to get the big schools. Boise State comes in, gets the first-round bye. And the P4 cartel goes, no. Okay, we got to change this next year. Top 4 teams, no more top 4 conference champions, but we're still going to give the top 5 conference champions. That way we get all 4 big schools in there. And what happens this year? The ACC, 7-5 Duke. Oh, gross. And I don't know. The cartel's already scrambling, but they can't.
Dude,
they can't do anything tonight. They can't do
anything
this year.
All I'm saying is this. Shout out to our friends Todd Davis at JMU Sports Blog, because all of us were talking about the American schools. How are we going to be the American? But he goes, no, we need to be looking at the ACC and all the craziness, because honestly, if they want to blame anybody, blame the conference. The fact it was a 5-way tie for Duke to be even in this game that opened up the window for JMU.
Question, by the way, to the group, because if he's listening or watching, or anybody on this feed is watching, does anybody have Kyle Davis's cell phone number? Because if we can get him on this live feed, it may, talk about heroes that are born in moments. The 2 Dukes that make their way down the Charlotte, they knew they were going to get their way on TV. Just beautiful stuff, by the way.
Kyle Davis and Cam Wise, by the way, like, dude, kickers and long snappers, friends for life. Am I right?
So if you're watching, or anybody who's watching knows them, love to get them on.
Michael, FCS and G5. I keep hearing it's not real football.
I'm pretty sure football.
I'm pretty sure a former G5 coach with not a single 4 or 5-star player just beat the number 1 team in the country and is likely going to be the number 1 seed tomorrow. Am I right? Is
yes,
it real football?
Yes, it's not real football.
If you paid attention to today's broadcast, by the way, how many times did they say so-and-so transfer?
JMU. It's been a night of, it's been an entire commercial.
Hold on, I just got Kyle Davis's number.
We got to talk
amongst yourselves.
We got to talk about Carol Banassi's
what did she say?
Comment right here. Where are all those people that said don't move to FBS because we are losing the FCS playoffs? Hey, we're back. We're back. We're back, right?
We're back.
Amen, Carol. Amen.
But hey, no, Taylor, we're gonna get blown out though. We don't want blowouts.
Yeah, that's the next thing.
I know.
We want competitive. We want competitive games.
You know what would be embarrassing? It'd be embarrassing to go up against an SEC team and have negative rushing yards for the whole game.
That would be embarrassing.
You know, it'd also be embarrassing. It'd be embarrassing to go up against a Big 12 school and lose 34-7.
That would never happen.
That would be awful.
Because they're real schools. They're real programs.
Real programs. Real schools.
Oh my God, guys, we're living in the future. This is unbelievable. Not only am I talking to Duke Dog, I had both games on the screen on the TV. Oh my goodness.
I'm in rare form tonight. This is the Taylor that usually holds back on Sunday broadcast because I'm like, I don't want to say anything that I'm going to regret or anything that's a lot
No,
could be said tonight. A
Taylor,
lot.
we're live, man. We're doing it. We're raw dogging the
There's no.
podcast. It's happening.
Oh, I should break.
Yeah, I'm great.
I'm more to stop my heart.
John gets it. John gets
slow
it.
the heart down a
I'll
little
be right
bit.
back.
But here's because we're going to hear a lot of you shouldn't be there talk. Then you're going to hear the blowout talk. But can we pause for a second and think about the possibilities of a Bob Chesney now playing with house money? This team now got their coach back for a few more weeks to focus on the college football playoff. He's going to already do a press conference in UCLA. JMU Nation gave him a tremendous send-off yesterday, but he's back.
Cheers, boys.
He gets to do his Wolf of Wall Street moment, which is pretty spectacular. I'm back. I ain't going anywhere. And he's going to lead this team with house money now into a matchup possibly against Oregon. Is that the proverbial wisdom that it's likely Oregon?
Yeah, I think it is Eugene, right? Or do we go to, was it Oxford?
I'm going to say I do think there was enough, some shakeup and some stuff that 4-5-6 is still kind of the committee. The committee has a lot of whatever to do tonight.
You see it here, boys?
I don't
care.
care.
That? What is that? Who are the 5 highest ranked conference champions? What does that say? What does that say right there in the bottom? James Madison, baby.
All right, we got Kyle Davis.
Oh yes,
I'm sending him a link right now. He's
awesome.
walking outside the stadium.
Stay tuned. Not all heroes wear capes, but some do. Okay, I'm just.
All right, I'm sending him the link now.
Oh my God,
this is live production, people. So
I'm just thinking, guys, national championships. Ethan Ratke in 2017, even DiNucci throwing the interception in 2019 that broke our hearts. Oh my, losing at North Dakota State again in Fargo in 2020, beating Middle Tennessee State 44-7 in our first FBS game. I mean,
by the way, shout out to Cliff Wood, who is watching, and his wife, who's a big fan of the show.
I'm sorry, Cliff.
I'm sorry, Cliff.
I apologize.
I didn't mean to say raw dog on the podcast.
Kyle Davis's number, so I want to make sure it's known. He deserves the credit for this, although he hates credit. Shout out, Cliff. All right, Kyle Davis. If you somehow managed to get in front of an Instagram or a Facebook or Twitter, the link is sent.
Oh my goodness!
All right. I was doing some nostalgia also, John, when you were talking about. I was thinking about the first time I really fell in love with JMU football was in the 2004 season, the second or third game of the season, that Hurricane game at Villanova. I think we won 17-0. And that was the first year that JMU posted video highlights on their website that looked like a Word document. But it was the first time.
Yes, that is how old Taylor is. Yes, correct.
Afton, his mind can't even comprehend what I'm talking about right now.
He doesn't even know what a message board is.
It was this little anyway. And I remember watching that game and not the game, the highlights. And, there's maybe 1,000 people in the stands, Villanova's old small stadium. It's raining. And I just remember someone being like, "Oh, this is a nationally ranked one."
Wait. I'm cutting you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because heroes are born in moments like this. Ladies and gentlemen.
Boys, Kyle, let's go.
Kyle Davis.
What a win.
Let's go.
Kyle, the floor is yours, buddy.
My guy.
Just take us inside the stadium. What do we not see on the TV broadcast? First of all, I don't even know if you know how much FaceTime you just got.
Yeah, I heard it was a lot of FaceTime for us. Did not want it, but it worked out for us, and I'm fired up about it.
I got to ask you, did you get a text message from Harry O'Kelly? I don't even know what time it is in Australia right now. I'm just curious. Was he watching? Is he dialed in?
It's like 2 in the
Harry
afternoon.
nonstop. Yeah, he tried to call me about 70 times. I declined every one of them.
Do we get a Harry O'Kelly on the live feed too? Jeez, that would really break in the internet.
I'm sure you can get him on here, no problem. I mean, he loves the spotlight.
You're absolutely right. So,
hey,
Kyle,
hold on, John. For our listeners, Kyle Davis was a former long snapper for JMU. And Kyle, I feel like you won 2 national championships I don't think you lost when you played for JMU.
I was actually on both losing national championship teams, unfortunately.
Sorry, I've been drinking.
But played on both teams.
That works.
So Kyle, take us in the stadium. Are the Duke fans, UVA fans, are they interacting with you because you got the
Yeah.
JMU gear on? Take us a little behind the scenes of what that was like.
Duke fans were a huge fan of me and Camden Wise the whole time. Couldn't get enough of us. UVA fans were not very fired up about it. I would say the stadium was 90% UVA. It was very much a home game for UVA, but the Duke fans that were there were very loud and stayed the whole game. UVA fans left early and ended up working out well.
Kyle, as a former player, you obviously have.
Hold on, John. What? Mary goes. Apparently, students are rushing the quad right now.
And apparently, one of them is. Oh, here's a little internet at the same time. We're on a live stream. Wayne Knight, superstar running back for JMU, is live on Instagram right now, on his way to rush the field with the players. Pretty spectacular. Full screen right here. Amazing.
That is awesome.
That's awesome. Let's
but
go.
Kyle, I do have to ask you, man, as a former player, you have a unique perspective on what this means in this moment.
Yeah.
As somebody who reached the ultimate level of national championships during your time, what does this mean to you as this program continues to never listen to the pundits who say this is where the peak of JMU is and they keep going higher and higher?
Yeah, I'll tell you a funny story. My senior year, I told Alonzo, I said, hey, when you are taking us to a college football playoff, I'm going to be at the game, so I'm fired up for it. And, I kind of said it as a joke. It was our first year in FBS. So seeing this soon, is beyond what I'd ever believe. But, yeah, just who knows what the ceiling is. it could be, it's never ending. So it's unbelievable to see from my freshman year losing North Dakota State to now, and you're have a chance to play for the playoff. It's just unbelievable.
So Kyle, are you going to be able to make your way out to wherever we wind up playing? Is it now a must go? So you're the one that's getting the credit now for getting us there.
Must go.
You got to make the trip to a playoff.
Must go. I've already texted Matt Trance, who our director of football operations. I said I'll be on the team playing as the director of culture for JMU. Yeah, so I'll be there.
There you go. Well, Kyle, thanks, man. I know you're probably going to go celebrate somewhere in the area, but thanks again for taking some time. And seriously, these are the stories that I'm sure you're going to find a way to be on every sports show. The highlight reels are going to be cutting to you. It's just that's awesome. You got to frame that picture someday.
No doubt.
But thanks for getting us across the goal line, literally and figuratively speaking. Pretty amazing.
No
stuff.
doubt. Thanks for getting us all here, guys. See ya.
Awesome. Thanks, Kyle. All right, and with that, pretty spectacular stuff, guys. Yeah, it's 12:22 in the morning.
We have a show tomorrow.
It's a new day. Tomorrow. Yeah, we have a show today.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, we do have a show today.
Later today.
Tonight.
Much later.
Seriously, maybe to put a bow on this, and then I think we're all going to probably go look at Instagram and see what else is happening on the quad. But as I always say, there are so many people that allow this to get to this moment. The person I think of, he was a teacher of mine in the sports media minor at JMU, was Chalice McMillan, taught a coaching class there, and established this program as the first coach. His fingerprints are all over what's going to happen in the days and weeks to come. I think of the Joe Shokers of the world. I think of our the family that played football now as a donor. I think of so many people who contribute time and energy and money to this program. This is for you. This is for every player who's ever put on the pads, whether it's for one play or 1,000 plays. Just incredible stuff. And again, don't get lost in the inevitable sea of negative energy that's going to try to tear this program down.
Embrace it.
Embrace it. Wear it as a badge of honor. Because again, they can't stop this rocket ship. There was a video put out for the collective today that I wrote, and I said, hey, the job of every coach of this program is to keep this ship steering towards heights that we've never reached before. And that's what we're doing in this moment again. And this is, as we said in our post-game show on the field of Bridgeport, which, by the way, what a wild 24 hours. We're all celebrating on the field of Bridgeport yesterday.
Yes.
There's ticker tape, confetti going off. There's snowballs.
Well, when we were on the phone, John, we were like, we could only do this once a week. Like, our hearts can literally only handle this one time a week. We can't do it 2 times in a row. It's impossible.
Yeah.
But no, I'll be honest. Cliff just texted me.
What's
Uh,
is it safe to read on air? Sometimes they're not.
well, I mean, we're live, right?
Yeah.
I think people are appreciating my version of going live on the podcast, if that makes sense. I'm sure we'll have some sound bites. But I talked about this earlier. When we thought that we could have when we thought we couldn't have any more jump off points in this program, we keep doing something better, right? When we think we can, when we think we reached our limits, whether it's the 2016 national championship, the 2017 game day, 2023 game day. Remember, 2023, people said this is the height of the program. This is the height that JMU will ever reach. We'll never go back. And 2 years later, after losing all of our players who just won the Big Ten championship, right? About 10 minutes ago.
Wow.
Let's think about
Wild
that too.
screen.
It's not like they were talking about JMU every 7 minutes on that program as well. It's been an entire commercial. We have now elevated even further. And what did who said it? What did our new president say? We have to be bold and we have to
Yep.
rise. And it's all about our ascension right now. And it's just whether we go to Eugene, Oxford, Bloomington, I don't care.
What's
You're
crazy
gonna
about
have
this is Chandler and I have had like a years long like
yes,
what's your bucket list destination? I've always said like there's Penn State. I'd love to play there someday, but Oregon has always been like one or two on my list. So the fact that that's a possibility at this time of year,
unbelievable.
special stuff,
Oh my goodness.
guys.
Hold on.
Yeah.
My buddy's texting me, and I'm trying to get him to say who said this, but he's watching or listening to something, and he said JMU's the first team in playoff history with two teams in the playoff at the same time. I'm trying to get him to find out who said this, but he's watching some broadcast or something. So
Wow.
I think
Wow.
that's
Yeah, players and students are currently rushing the quad.
and by the way, the guy that texted me that he's a Mississippi State guy, like he no affiliation to JMU.
And by the way, here's
Hold
another thing.
on, Taylor. You're telling me an SEC fan is paying attention to fake football?
Well, we're that charity
Wait
case.
a second.
We're actually one of two charity cases because the two charity cases bumped out the almost competitive conference champion. And so
I have a legitimate question for you two, but also the chat. So there's
hold on. Like, can you read Ryan's comment real quick?
Yeah. South Carolina fan here. You guys deserved it. Congratulations on making the playoffs. I hope you guys shocked the world and upset someone. I'm glad because that's a segue into my question. So there's a ton of questions every year. Like, what's the biggest thing from a media perspective in college sports? And I've always thought it's like that Sweet 16 or that team, like a VCU that captures the attention of the nation and goes on a run in NCAA basketball tournament. Where does this stack up now? Because again, the first round of the playoffs is not going to be until it's
December 19th,
right? Or 20th?
Yeah.
So that now means how many days is that? I don't even know what date is it. 7. You're going to have 12 days.
12 days
of the entire sports universe focused on the college football playoff. And let's be honest, all of Jamie. Kevin Warner does those media charts where he talks about impressions and engagements and where does it go. I mean, I remember Taylor, us having a legitimate conversation, being like, you can't beat the media metrics of a game day. This is gonna, you'd have to think dwarf this. And then it was the softball run where we go to the College World Series. Well, we can't beat that. You're going to blow that out of the water in the next 2 weeks. It's talk about the front porch of your university in action in ways that even the wildest of Homer JMU fans, as a Homer podcast, you can't make it up.
Well, they did ask Signetti just now how he feels about potentially playing JMU in the playoffs.
I can only imagine what his answer was.
It's the most Signetti answer. He goes, whoever we play, we play.
Chef's kiss from him.
I mean, the man didn't even
give us an ounce of love.
He didn't even have a grin when he beat Ohio State tonight, which the dude's a psychopath. And I love it.
He's an assassin.
He's an assassin. There you go. He's a savage. How about that?
Yeah, but to John's point, I mean, this is one of those things where I don't know if I'd quite put it up with the Statue of Liberty that Boise State pulled off against Oklahoma that time. But it is those type of things. Like, Boise State, they've been a great program for 2 decades, but it's like that moment in time is what has propelled them to be known for like the last 2 decades. And And App State to this day, most people still know about them, about pulling off the shocker in the Big House. And I think, gosh, there's still a lot that this team can prove, and a lot that this team and we're not done. Like, I think most the team and the players and the coaches aren't celebrating just being able to be invited.
But two things can be true at the same time. I hope they are celebrating. I mean, because this is one of those, again, if there's anything that's bad about college sports, I mean, and you could argue sports in general from a pro level or whatever, is how fast we all move on to what comes next without pausing to enjoy the present and the moment that they're living in. They're students just like any of us. They're living through it. Like the fact that Wayne Knight is running to the quad, not to just celebrate with football players, but to celebrate with somebody he may go to D Hall with, or a kid who sits in an econ. I don't know what his major is. An econ class or something. That's with all the NIL and the revenue share and all the things that people say are wrong about college sports. And there's plenty that we can debate about the future of this model and everything. But they're still college students, and they're running to the quad. You've got coaches who are uncertain futures and everything, are still living and dying for this program. That's special stuff. And I hope we at least take 24 hours to soak it all in before we worry about matchups and what are our chances. Who cares?
Well, I mean,
let's double down on that, because you said something. You said students, who he's having dinner with or whatnot. Like, obviously we had some interesting interactions last night with snowballs, but I just want to give the students an amazing shout out, and they earned their flowers. Like,
Absolutely.
they have been fantastic all season long. Tarps off in the fourth quarter. Shout out to the Barstool guys. And that's how you build culture. And we've been talking for how many years of how do you get students to stay in the fourth quarter? How do you keep engaged? They saw it all year that they make a difference. And now to have them run with Wayne Knight, to see us on national TV, because you still have some students out there that are like, oh, it's JMU, are they D1, Sunbelt, whatever. No, this is now part of their academic experience at James Madison.
Can I ask you, do you remember when you were in school? Maybe Michael wasn't as big of a thing, but for Taylor, I know it was. Is there were all kinds of people who would walk around campus at JMU and they were wearing a UVA and Tech jersey or shirt. Are we now getting to the point where UVA students are going to be walking around with JMU gear? Okay, because I mean they're growing up. We're the dominant program. So are there? I'm just throwing it out there.
I told you the story last week, right? My son talking to his Tennessee fan buddy, and in my first grader's world, right? He's like, JMU's better than Tennessee. I mean, in his mind, that's a world that it's the only world he knows at 6 years old. I just saw KJ Flo had gone late. I missed it, but he went live. Going back to Wayne Knight and KJ and all these guys, what you see sometimes in major Division I college, the football landscape sometimes is, some of these prima donnas maybe at bigger schools who are too good for the common folk, too good for the common. Wayne Knight, I mean, that man, take nothing away from Alonzo Barnett, but that's another guy that was probably qualified to be named Player of the Year or Offensive Player of the Year in the Sun Belt this year for everything that he's done. He becomes Player of the Game, right, for the championship, 212 yards. I mean, that guy just loves him some football, loves him some JMU. Interviewed immediately after the game, right? They said, they actually, after the game, they said, what's your pitch to the college football playoff? And his answer was, this is the greatest place in the world to play football. So it wasn't even like, he's like, all I care about is just saying how great this is. And then he got up on the stage, right? And he got the MVP award. And once again, they said, what does it mean to be a Duke? He said, this is the greatest place in the world to play college football. And now this man who has led this team to this historic season, he's not in his dorm room or his apartment, just he's rushing the quad with the students, I mean, he's one of us. And real quick, in a year, in a day and age where we're talking about all these people transferring to 4, 5, 6 schools, and it's like, these guys, they're not one of ours anymore. It's everyone. There's a bunch of mercenaries. Wayne Knight will forever, along with the many other Dukes on this team,
great point.
He will always be a JMU Duke. In 20 years from now, when I'm bringing my grandkids back to JMU games, I'll be like, dude, that's Wayne Knight. Let me tell you the story about him. So shout out Wayne, shout out KJ, shout out probably the whole football team that's out there right now.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
No,
All right,
what I was going to
boys.
say is real quick though.
We did it.
There's going to be arguments. I want to give you a great counter argument to the narrative that's going to form in the next 24 hours about why you shouldn't let Team X in the college football playoff, whatever. There are 2,268 people on a live stream at 12:34 in the morning. At the end of the day, sports is the entertainment business. And when you let programs like JMU and Tulane and others have hope and feel like there's a path towards something, because I've seen a bunch of give the group of 5 their own playoff. Just give them a nice little participation tournament and they'll feel great about it. This is why having a path to this is so important, why it's good for the entire college football world to not just have the same 3 or 4 programs, because there will be people who are not even college football fans who will tune into this, be like, how this JMU story is cool. You're going to have the Today shows and the Good Morning Americas and the news-centric broadcasts now are going to turn their attention to JMU because this is a story that's bigger than sports now. And that is why you keep people in a path to the college football playoff. It's spectacular. And I'm just thinking now, if everyone's phones are like mine, there are people who probably haven't texted with each other in months or years that are now firing up. This is just such an insane moment.
Can I give you
I'm
something,
just happy to
John?
be a part of it.
We just hired Billy Napier as our head coach,
Yeah.
and his
what's
what was
Battling
his
Billy think?
expectation in Florida? Let's just like gonna be level set. Like his expectation of Florida was probably to what? Win the national championship, go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
What if I told you that hiring Florida's head coach was the 3rd biggest story of JMU football in the last 48 hours?
God, yeah. I mean, geez.
Unreal.
It's crazy. I just
Unreal.
and the thing that I'm going to enjoy, I think, more is the amount of comments coming in. They're coming in so fast and there's just such a variety. Like, watch this episode, but then just go back and read these comments and just you could just feel people typing in the comments thread with just like such a sense of joy and appreciation for the moment. It's just awesome stuff. And again, you're making this better. We're just rambling and just having as much fun as you are. But the fact
here's a quick thought
awesome.
that I kind of feel if I were to say, and this could be debated, but I would say that the 5 maybe biggest or most prolific college sports, and y'all tell me if you disagree: college football, men's basketball, women's basketball, college baseball, college softball.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
I think it's fair.
Who was the first to get to the College World Series in softball?
That would be you Dukes.
Who was the first to get to the College World Series in baseball?
That
in
would
Virginia.
also be the Dukes.
Who is the first to get to the college football playoff in Virginia?
Believe as of tomorrow that will be the Dukes.
Three of the big 5. It's not Tech with their newly fashioned $200 and something million budget, or the blue blazer wearing, khaki short, wine drinking, brie cheese eating.
But Taylor, the FCS playoffs are on right now, and I don't want to leave. Like Rhode Island's playing UC Davis. We could be playing at UC Davis right
North
now.
Dakota State lost today. Big news in the FCS playoffs. Down goes Goliath.
I think
man.
what Michael was it Michael that said I thought that the 23-point underdog wasn't supposed to knock off the number 1 team in a playoff scenario, right? I thought that's
they don't have a chance. They're unranked. Why would they beat the number 1 seed?
There is part of me that's going to enjoy. I'm not calling ourselves the villains, but if you think of like every Disney sports movie you ever watched growing up, for the next couple of weeks, JMU is going to be that team that every naysayer that has something invested in this, that's in the playoff, is like, they don't belong here. But then you're going to have an entire community of people that love the underdog, that are going to become JMU fans in the same way that like 20 years ago, I was a big Boise State fan. Because I just like that they were messing up the system. I'm the guy that still to this day says Central Florida has a national championship. Why? Because it pisses off all the SEC fans. I love that team that causes the chaos.
But to that point, we have the current Attorney General of Virginia talking in jest.
He roots
about suing if we don't get in. I mean, so if you think about the amount of national coverage we have gotten from just go recently.
Well, also the AG was tweeting stats last night. He was tweeting stats.
We got the Netherlands. The Netherlands are tuned in to the JMU sound off.
Amazing.
That's fantastic.
No, but like, think about it. We had the whole college game day world talking about should JMU get a chance to bowl and everything that went down with that, and the amount of shows that picked that up in national publications, and to do it again, and it's a consistent theme with this program. Oh, by the way, we won a NCAA tournament game a couple of years ago too, which garnered it. It's just insane.
And that's the time. I feel like every time we reach this peak, all of our haters are like, enjoy your 15 minutes of fame. I feel like we've been having 15 minutes of fame for the last decade. I mean, enjoy the one-time college game day. Enjoy the second time. Now you're an FBS. Enjoy. They'll never come back for you. Enjoy your one time being ranked. Your 2 times, 3 times being ranked. Enjoy your one time in the college football playoff. I mean, it's a lot. That's a long 15 minutes.
Or the Troy fans that are like, oh, you won your first one. Try winning 7. Try winning 7 Sun Belt championships.
Listen, I'm Troy. I'm not.
The boys of Troy or whatever it's called.
Slight, like that Ben Whitehead guy today. Just
hey, I like Ben. If you're listening, we're good. We're good. Ridiculous. This is just John.
Just ridiculous commentary.
Listen, we were saying the Sun Belt Championship runs through Harrisonburg, Virginia. To claim the king of the Commonwealth, the best team in Virginia, runs through Harrisonburg, Virginia. James Franklin, I'm putting you on notice. All right, you got a tall task because the boys in Harrisonburg, number one right now.
Can we also talk about just the recruiting ability?
The Valley's team, baby. Valley's team.
Who have been recruiting to JMU that we're basically been able to field 2 playoff rosters. Read the comment, like kind of wild in terms of the amount of talent that's come through this program in the last couple of years. Insane stuff.
Well, speaking of that, so did you guys see the App State running back that tweeted about Billy Napier coming? He goes, wait a second. Billy Napier is going to coach the school with the most money in the Sun Belt. He's like, I think he said he's going to run through the Sun Belt. I think that's literally what he tweeted. We have an App State running back saying that about us.
Wild stuff.
Unreal.
All right, guys.
I don't think I'm asleep tonight.
No, but I am going to lean into enjoying a lot of content. I can tell you that. It sounds like we're putting a bow on this guy. I just want to say again, you joined us when you could have been watching anything. It's never
you're watching Rhode Island versus UC Davis, guys.
I'm not going to watch that.
It's on.
Congratulations to you. But yeah, hey, we put out a shirt today. We think it's pretty cool. I only
support the Rev Share Fund
because if you purchase the shirt, all proceeds go to support the Student Engagement Enhancement. I don't even know what it's called. Student Athlete Enhancement Fund. It's important now as ever as we try to again retain our roster, give our leadership the resources they need. So buy a shirt. It's the perfect for the holidays. Get it now. As always, guys, amazing time. Plug for some Champions Drive. If you want to celebrate this, Champions Drive Bourbon, the perfect way to celebrate your first ever college football playoff appearance. I say first ever because it won't be the last. Spectacular stuff. Thank you to Kyle Davis. Congratulations, Matt Rohn. Congratulations, co-AD Mallory Rohn. I'm sure she's celebrating. Cliff, Kristen Wood. I know we've got Jake watching the show. We've got the Hedricks, the Sadamons. There's so many people. Jared Sherman's watching. Man, what an amazing time, guys. Enjoy it. Thank you for trusting us to be a part of it in a small way, as being a conduit for your joy and your happiness about this moment. We'll be back at some point today. I think it's at 8 p.m. We've agreed on that. So yeah, we'll be back at 8. Yes. It'll be a live edition. It'll be more organized.
Well, John, this is our first, we always joke around about it. This is our first sound off after dark episode.
Yeah. I feel like the podcast with Zach Price is this
is the first one.
Yeah.
Let's count this one.
Shout out Zach Price, by the way.
I love that guy. I love that guy.
Shirts off, fourth quarter. He lived it up. Yeah, I've got nothing. I'm on fumes. Taylor, you got any final words for the world?
No.
Take us to church.
I'm like y'all. There's a lot of nostalgia running through my head, and the list of people that deserve to be thanked over the years is too long to even start listing on here. But again, this is not the end of a chapter. This is the beginning of something great. In the same way we are very nostalgic about 2004, 2008. There are a lot of students that were in that end zone last night that 20 years from now, This is going to be their 04, their 08.
I'd
And
argue they had 2 0408s in 24 hours.
well,
they got
they
last night. Now they're on the quad, which wild.
which I again, we're
By the
missing.
way, second time that's happened. Correct me if I'm wrong, because we had the quad rush after we beat Tech.
They
We
rushed the
did.
stadium. They rushed
That's
the
right.
stadium.
They rushed the stadium.
And the James Madison girl who like lived.
Hey, she
as
was my
James
classmate.
Madison,
Sarah was she was a great classmate.
she was lifted up. They hoisted her up in Bridgeforth when they rushed the field. And matter of fact, last night's field rush, let's just shout that out. That was the first one since 08 App State. And the only other one I can remember since before that was the 04 Delaware. So
hey, underrated moment in the field rush yesterday. For those who sit in 109, if you're familiar, there's that guy with ESPN that comes out and holds the sign up that says 3 minutes and TV timeout. He helped everybody down, drops his sign, goes to the wall, and just was like so happy about the fact that he was keeping people from making the jump down in a non-safe manner. He was like, no, go down there, put your foot on this. I'm going to get you. Awesome, dude. I watch him every year and I'm like, he's back. He's back for another season. I pointed him. He's got to be a big Dukes fan. Always works our games. Special stuff. Made the rushing the field. I can't tell you how many families I saw on the field yesterday. It just was a spectacular moment. You saw the whole Roan family. You saw players and their parents. You saw assistant coaches with their kids on the field, just taking it in, watching the confetti tape come down. It was elite stuff. You're dressed in the onesie yesterday, which was just also peak Taylor. Beautifully done.
I'm not bringing this back tomorrow. This was an after show celebration night.
That's got to make its way to the college football playoff, though.
It might, if it's an outdoor, if it's an indoor game.
This also means, by the way, this is going to be an inside comment for us, but Brandon Sweeney has committed that a couple weeks ago that he will be at the college football playoffs if we made it. So
love it.
That in itself, I'm pretty psyched about that.
I'm excited because we've been on air for 47 minutes now. We've missed all the other content that people are missing. So that's why
you guys are at least on your laptops. I'm on my phone. You should imagine
my phone
all
is
the stuff's happening.
1%. No, actually, it's dead. I take that back. It's dead.
I'm excited. I'm sure there's videos and pictures already out now of this quad rush, and I can't wait to.
Well, allegedly, I have a new nickname. I should change my Twitter tag, supposedly. So we'll see.
To
something I said earlier on the show.
I don't even know what you said.
I don't know either.
All right, guys. Again, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll be back later today. Go soak in all the other content. I'm sure there's other people putting out content as well right now, other than just the players and people. There's probably other shows. Who knows? Enjoy the national news coverage as well. It's going to be spectacular. Skyline Financial Partners, Champions Dry Bourbon, Where's Woody, Purple Nation, Shoker and Associates, Dead Meat Society, Outdoor Kitchen Creations, Valley Road Vineyards. They make the show possible, but really you are the ones that fuel this. You give us the energy to do this. And yeah, we'll see you in I don't know how many hours.
See you later.
We'll see you later. All right. Good night. Good luck. Talk to you soon. As always, go Dukes.